What's up guys, Jack here, and today I wanted to share with you my top 5 photo editing apps that I've been using on the iPhone. I do tend to jump around between different apps. There is some overlap of features between them, but one might have like a really specific feature that I like to use, or maybe it has a really nice filter that I like, or just a tool that I find really useful. Some of these are not that well known either, so I don't think you'll have heard of all of them. And if you have got any of your own to recommend, then do let me know down in the comments. If you're looking for camera apps for taking photos or shooting video, I've already got those covered, so I will link to my video on that down in the description if you want to check it out. So first up, this one is pretty new to me. RNI Films is all about adding vintage film-inspired filters to your photos. It has a ton of these built in. It is super easy to use. Once you've chosen your photo, each filter is divided into a category like instant, black and white, vintage, negative, and slide, each with a bunch of retro-inspired looks from the likes of AGFA, Fuji, Kodak, Polaroid, and there are loads. I mean, I haven't counted them all, but there are over 50 in the negative category alone. And once you've found one that you like, you can go into edit mode and change the overall filter strength if you want to dial it back for a more subtle look, as well as adjust the brightness, clarity, grain amount, tints, sharpness, all of the usual tools that you'd expect to have. You can also add imperfections like randomized dust specks or chromatic aberration for an even more retro look. And add a date stamp if you want to remember when you took it. If you create a look that you really like and you want to use it again, then you can save all of the adjustments you've made to your own preset to quickly apply it to any of the photos in future. I really like the AFGA Optima 200 and Fuji Astia 100F looks. Generally, I like more of a subtle filtered look, nothing too out there and crazy, and these are a good base to start with. And I've made some tweaks to get the look just how I like it. The app is about a £4 or $1 download, and that gets you access to a selection of filters to start off with, and most of the editing tools. But if you want to unlock everything and create your own presets, you will need to unlock Pro features with a one-time purchase or a subscription. Pro will also get you access to video grading as well, so then you can get the same look across your photos and videos. The only thing I don't like about the app, or maybe this is just something I haven't worked out yet, but it doesn't look like there's a way to batch edit multiple photos or videos all at once. It is very much a select a photo, apply a filter, and then save situation. So if they could add that, then I would love it even more. Or if you can do that already, then please someone let me know down in the comments. But yeah, you get a huge selection of filters to choose from. I love the retro looks, which is why it makes this list. At number 2, this one is super new. It actually only just launched a couple of weeks ago, and this is AgBr by Nuevo Studio, which they describe as an homage to the soul of analog photography. At its core, AgBr is a black and white film emulator. There are no color filters here. These filters are all about drawing attention to the light and contrast and texture in an image. Like RNI Films, the film emulations here are inspired by their real-world counterparts, each with their own unique grain and texture. The app boasts an incredibly minimal interface. You can choose your photo from the library or the Files app if you're importing them from an external camera. Swipe through the emulations until you find one that you like, then export or share your photo right away. Super quick and simple. Now you do have some controls to fine-tune the look. You can adjust the density, which seems to adjust the overall brightness of the photo, and pull push to adjust the contrast. Currently, the app features 11 black and white filters, with more coming soon. And the devs have promised to add a new preset every month with a one-time purchase of the app, as well as new tools which will be added down the line. But even as the app stands right now, it is a beautifully crafted app to edit your photos with. I love the minimal interface. If you love black and white film, then there'll be a filter in here that works for you. As of making this video, the one-time purchase is a special launch price, 50% off at £10, so grab it quick. And that gets you all future presets and feature releases with no subscription. But again, my most wanted feature is a way to edit multiple photos all at once. That would be a real time saver. And as a bonus, the app is available across iPhone, iPad, and Mac as well, so you can do your edits on whatever device you want. Next up, at number 3, we have Snapseed, which I'm sure you've probably heard of this one, so I won't spend too long on it. It has all of the usual editing tools for making adjustments to the brightness, contrast, and saturation, including more pro tools like editing curves with some presets, which is all very nice. You can use the portrait tool to adjust the lighting on your face to make the subject stand out more from the background. Use head pose to subtly adjust your head position. If you were looking slightly off to the side, you can turn your head back to the camera, which is kind of crazy, although it doesn't work so well if you are a glasses wearer like me. But the best tool here, and the one that I use 90% of the time when I'm using this app, is the expand tool. You can kind of think of this as like content-aware fill if you've ever used Photoshop. This lets you expand the original image out into the blank canvas around it, and it will intelligently fill in that blank space by looking at the other pixels around it. Now, this won't work for every image, and it's not quite as advanced as how it works in Photoshop, but the thing that I've used this for most is essentially turning horizontal shots into vertical ones for sharing on socials. Last year, I took some surfing lessons. Yes, I am not the most elegant on the waves, I'll admit, but I wanted to share a couple of shots on Insta. But the problem is they all look kind of cramped when you crop them into a vertical aspect ratio. So instead, I used Snapseed to expand the image, which in this case was very easy to do with that clear blue sky. Then even extending it down, it still did a pretty good job of replicating the waves and foam in the water. It might sometimes replicate things like lens flares, which can look a little bit weird, but there is also a healing tool built in for cleaning up any mistakes like that. And this tool alone is the reason why I have this app. And the best thing is, it is totally free to download and use. At number 4, I want to talk about Photomator. This is by far one of the most powerful photo editors that you can get on the iPhone. I've been editing with this for years, and it just keeps getting better and better. Photomator comes with a bunch of built-in filters for different looks and quick edits. You have all of the basic adjustments for adjusting your brightness and black levels, sliders for hue and saturation, with more advanced tools like color wheels and curves for independently adjusting the highs, mids, and shadows, and making a tone curve. I love that you can selectively edit certain colors in the image. Let's say if you only want to tweak the colors of the blues in the sky or make the greens more stand out, you can do that. There's all these extra tools down here that you can turn on if you need them, even importing and adding a look to the image if you've already got a look that you like to use. You can save your edits as your own presets, and yes, batch edit multiple photos all at once. You can even make some shortcuts to quickly automate any tasks that you find yourself doing a lot, like resizing images or applying one of your favorite presets. I love all that. But here's where it sets itself apart from the other apps in this list. Photomator can automatically mask parts of the image for you for even more selective edits. So let's say you want to isolate only the background and make edits just to that, you can, or only make adjustments to the subject or to the sky. It's incredibly powerful as you start to combine multiple masks together. It has a healing tool for fixing imperfections. It's not as advanced as Apple's own cleanup tool, which can fill in entire areas with AI. But if you don't have a device with Apple Intelligence, it's perfect for tidying up and fixing those smaller areas. The app is fully integrated with your photo library as well, so whatever change you make, it immediately updates to the original image. But don't worry if you ever change your mind, as everything that you do in this app is completely non-destructive. So at any time you can revert back to your original image. And all of your edits sync across to the Mac and iPad versions of the app as well, which all come part of a one-time purchase or a subscription if that works for you. It is the most expensive app on the list, but by far the most feature-packed. It feels like a true desktop editor. It actually looks and feels like it could have been made by Apple themselves, which is kind of funny because only very recently this app, along with their other app Pixelmator on the Mac, was actually acquired by Apple. Now, there's been no announcement for what that actually means. I personally don't think that Apple is going to replace their default Photos app with this. I feel like they probably want to keep that more simple for everyday users. But I can totally see this becoming Apple's pro photo editor and organizer in future. Think like Aperture was on the Mac many years ago before it was discontinued. And that would complete Apple's pro line of apps with Final Cut for video, Logic for music, and then Photomator for images. So it would be interesting to see what Apple does with it. As it stands right now, it is an incredibly powerful suite of editing tools that you can carry in your pocket. If you want to see how I like to edit in Photomator, I have a whole video covering that, so I'll link to it down in the description. Number 5, last one. This one is probably the most unique app on the list. While all of the other apps were more for editing your photos, Cameramark is all about how you want to present them. In short, it's a way to add these nice framed borders around your photos and then automatically pull info from the photo metadata to display along with it. There's a few different preset styles to choose from with different layouts, and then you can go in and customize it with the data that you want to show. You can display the camera model along with a logo, details about the lens, info including ISO, aperture and shutter speed, even pull from the GPS data to show the country, state or the city where it was taken. Framing your shots like this just adds so much more to your images. I really like it. You can set the aspect ratio too, so if you want to share these on a story, set it to 9:16 and then it will perfectly fit your story posts on Instagram. You've got a load of customization options as well. You can adjust the frame and text color, as well as the font and size, and save different layouts to reuse them again. The only thing I've had trouble with is the film simulation option. This one has been a bit hit and miss with my X100VI. Sometimes it has correctly identified the simulation used, but it'll often say that it can't detect it and then it just won't show up. But other than that, it has been great. If it could also work with and display the photographic style that was used as well, that would be pretty sweet. But I'm not sure if that data is saved in the photo metadata, so that might be on Apple there to include that. Even if you don't want to display all of those stats, you can just use this app as a quick way to add a border to all of your shots, as yes, you can batch edit a load of photos all together. It's a free download with a one-time purchase for unlimited use on iPhone and iPad. And the developer is always adding new features. I think it's a must for anyone into their photography with a lot of photos that they want to share. Those are my top 5 photo editing apps on the iPhone. Links to all of them will be down in the description. Let me know your favourites down in the comments. Plus, please let me know your recommendations as well, because I love finding new apps that I've never heard about. If you're looking for camera apps for shooting photos and videos, I will link to my video on that so you can go check it out next. Leave a like if you found the video useful, that really helps me out. Subscribe and hit the bell to see more tech videos from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.